What is up, everyone? All right. If I look a little bit more shinier than usual, it's because I am moisturized. But also is because I took a walk this morning and it's hot outside and it's hot in here. But the big reason why it's hot in here is because I just don't feel like putting on the air conditioner because the background noise will kind of be too loud or whatever. But yeah, I ain't gonna like I sound. I hope I sound a lot more chipper than I normally do because taking that walk made me remember all the times where I would take walks and not feel, I don't know what it is, man. Like somewhere in the halfway point of where I am and where I'm going, because I take long walks. Like this walk that I took, it was like maybe an hour and a half, if not maybe like an hour, 15 minutes, because I literally walked from the house to the park, did my lap around the park, and then walked back. So that happened. But like at the halfway point, I'm just sort of in my own zone. I'm listening to music and walking down the road. It just feels like something. It doesn't feel like anything. I'm just and it's like, well, you're definitely gonna love being homeless. Then and it's like, well, in this economy, that's probably gonna happen sooner than I think. But I have to be in high spirits and I have to feel good because like the sword of Damocles is still hanging over my head about my job. And I think I'm really just more stressed out about my job situation right now because if you haven't seen the video prior to this one, I am apparently this close to getting fired because my manager does not like the fact that I am incapable of doing a job of two people. As I've said before, the octopus department position rather, is basically a job or a place at a job where multiple people is supposed to be doing something, but for whatever reason they only got one person doing all the jobs of all these people. That's like any kind of 9 to 5 job, and that's probably because more than likely they can't hire people, or the people that they hire are just ridiculously unreliable, or they just gotten so used to one person doing the job of two people that they just never thought to hire another person to do the thing, or the company decided, yo, less workers equals more money for us, so but for whatever reason, because I can't do the job of two people on my own, I'm in trouble. To put this in perspective, though, one person has to open up and do everything. Like what I'm saying, this is my morning shift. I have to take out the trash, assemble the machine, clean up the bathroom, sweep up the parking lot, all these things. And by the way, when I say not only take out the trash, but rebag the trash cans, which is a longer process than you'd expect because I have to rebag all the trash cans. If this job was perfect, then every one person from each department would rebag their own personal trash can. But they just decided, nah, let the dishwasher do it all. He's not doing anything, you know. It's like it's stressful, but at the same time, you just sort of it's like And the thing is, I get used to that sort of thing because every 9 to 5 job I've ever had does things like this. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that I've accepted. But what stresses me out is when people get upset with me because it's like, why aren't you doing this? Because I'm doing this. Well, why are you doing this? Because this is my job. Well, you should be doing all this other stuff. I'll get right on it. Just give me a moment. It's one person. So, like, and this is before I even start washing the dishes, man. It's just wild, dude. It's like that's what I'm saying. So it's like one person has to do the job of multiple people by themselves, and because apparently I do these things so slowly, I'm in trouble. So I need that walk. I needed to take the walk and make myself feel better because it's like how do you do that? Like in my the thing that really stresses me out is that like I've had that job for a while now. I've had the job for a short while now. So it's like have I did I I've been doing the job that I've always been doing for this long. So for you to be upset with me now about it, you know, also, I feel like, like I feel like I deserve a fair trial here. I feel like if you're going to like fire me, at the very least, ask my coworkers if they want me gone first. Like at least ask them, hey, do you think that he's doing a terrible job? No, they'd probably tell you, no, he's not doing a terrible job because he sticks around when we get here to help us out before he leaves. I give off a little like extra 30 minutes. I like my coworkers. Like I don't mind helping out my coworkers before I go. Give them a little, get them a little head start because I know that they need it because I left them with so much stuff because I can't do the job of two people on my own. So it's like I think the ironic part about this is that like I don't consider myself to be like a popular person or anything like that, but like the ironic part about this is the fact that the guy who wants me gone is quite possibly one of the least liked people at work. There's only like a handful of people who actually have anything nice to say about him. Nevertheless, he wants to get rid of me, the one person that everybody sees working often by himself. It's really bizarre how this guy's way of thinking is. But I mean, I guess he's one of the few black Republicans that I had to encounter because it's like rather than actually improve the situation so that the person who needs help gets help, if you fire the person for not doing the job that you want them to do because they have no help. It's just like what? Man, I should not have ranted this long. This was the whole last video. I'm just still stressed out about it. But now with this situation like kind of hanging over my head a little bit, because I'm not fired yet. It's still just kind of up in the air. Like it's making me think about things that I have to do towards the future, things I have to look forward to, things I have to actually like put into focus. Like now it's like on one hand panic mode is coming in. It's like holy crap, I won't have a job, I don't know what I'm going to do, because jobs don't just be hiring people. Like and I'm still kind of like at a loss. I'm still trying to figure out specifically what I'm going to do. And one of the big things I'm thinking of is just go to Texas, get a 9 to 5, sleep in the car, because I am really, really, really kind of. I guess I'm a little stressed out because like I'm not a wrestler yet, and the only way I could be a wrestler is unless I get trained, and like unless it's just there's a lot going on. I really, really, really want to be a part of reality of wrestling. Like every time they upload a picture of their training session or a video of their training session, the first thing that goes through my mind is I want to be there so bad. And I look at the prices for the apartments near where reality of wrestling is, and I'm like, man, that is a lot of money. Like the only job I'm going to be able to get is like a 9 to 5 job, you know what I mean? And I still got to pay for the car, I still got to pay for this phone, I still got to pay for my school, and I still got to pay for everything else. So it's just it feels like there's a universal concept that's basically saying you're not going to get there, and I'm just challenging it every chance I get. I'm just like, yeah, well. So there's that. I'm trying to, but yeah, I'm trying my best to sort of, I got to be positive here. I got to try to look towards the future, look a little bit higher and everything like that. Cause like, um, you know, I have a girlfriend now, and I don't really like talking about that. I don't like talking about my love life or anything like that because I had a girlfriend before and she dumped me, and that pain is still there. But the new girlfriend is definitely kind of she's definitely helping with this. She's definitely helping with the pain, but the pain is still there. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting a band-aid on a knife wound. It's a band-aid, but it's still a knife wound. I also don't like talking about my love life because, like you once you start bringing attention to your love life, one thing I notice about most dudes on the internet is once you start talking about your girlfriend and once you start talking about your love life, then all of a sudden all the dudes who you're friends, not all of them, but most dudes who you're friends with, some of them is going to go after your girlfriend, you know, or people who hate you is going to go after your girlfriend, you know. It's like you bring attention to her, then all of a sudden all your friends and enemies also now have attention to her as well. And it's just like I'm not, like it's not even that I'm a private person. It's just that like I'd rather like not have people going after my girlfriend for any reason. You know, I don't care if you find her attractive. I don't care if you think that she's ugly. I don't care. Like leave her alone. If you're gonna, like just leave her be. But she doesn't think that way. I don't know. I mean, she's much more optimistic than I am. So I gotta, at least give her some props for being at least the optimist in all this, because Lord knows with everything that's happened to me and the growing up and now and stuff like that, it's hard for me to look towards like the gold at the end of the rainbow, because I'm too busy looking at the storm that caused it. Uh, but yeah, I guess now I have a reason to think positively. I have a reason to sort of look towards, the shine and happiness of everything. And sort of at least try to keep myself in good spirits. But it's still going to take me some time to do that. All right, let's end this on a positive note, okay? I am still watching Thunderbolt Fantasy. It is easily one of my favorite shows right now. I don't know what it is. It's like it's not like the puppetry, the special effects, and the story, man. The story gets me. You know what I mean? It's like I find myself like like ignoring the fact that like the puppets can't change their facial expressions. I find myself ignoring that because I'm too busy just angry as hell that Shofar just can't catch a break. This dude, it's like he beats this guy, you know what I'm saying? But the guy doesn't die, and now he lost the sword, and now they have to find the sword, which is kind of in. Who was a sister of of this girl from season 1, and all this other stuff that's going on, and maybe there's a horse. I don't know. Like a lightning storm with ice and fire and alien invasions and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on. The story is great though, and I am very, very glad that Gen Urobuchi is writing stories instead of like anything else, because I feel like if he wasn't writing, he'd be killing people. Like Gen Urobuchi he has a very, very warped outlook on things. Like he's very cynical, and like cynics can only go in one or two directions, and I'm glad his is more creative than destructive. You know what I'm saying? Love that show, man. I definitely recommend it to anybody who got a Crunchyroll account right now. And speaking of Crunchyroll, I don't I need to stop reading Instagram comments, because on Crunchyroll they have a mascot, Hime. Like they've always had the mascot, but now they decided to like make her into an actual sort of character and give her a voice actress. So now Hime is now like a being, is a construct now. So Instagram can't. Apparently, the fans on Instagram can't stand her, but me, I'm a fan, and I cannot wait to see what Instagram. I cannot wait to see what what kind of show Hime would have. Because that'd be kind of cool. But for now, I'll just stick to watching her live streams on YouTube. In the meantime, though, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, because this is about to be 15 minutes, and I've been talking for a long time. Y'all have a good one, and I hope that everything works out for you. Love, peace, happiness, and safety to all of you. And yeah, that's it. Surprisingly, no politics.